morning. Welcome. It's good to see everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, friends. Hello, Miss Annapurna. It's good to see
Yeah, hello.
everyone.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Terry. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello, Annapurna. You come to
Yeah.
us and then we run away to the other side of the country.
Yeah, okay. You're not in Canada right now?
We are in Canada, but we are in Ontario.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm in Calgary right now. Uh,
Wonderful. Welcome,
uh,
everyone. We're excited to see you. Now, as you're
yeah, yeah,
logging on, make
yeah.
sure we would love if you I'm going to change my name here and it's going to say Sarah. And then I'm going to put the city and my country. I think
Okay.
some of you're all joining mostly from India today, but I
Yeah,
think it'd be nice to see the cities that you're joining from. So I'm putting Sarah, and
okay.
I'm actually in Toronto today. So Sarah, Toronto, Canada. Now, please, if you're with a class and you'd like us to call in your class, if you could change your name to either your school name or your class name, or however you'd like to be called. So I see Pallavi School, Model School. Look at this wonderful rows of students. You look brilliant. Oh, hello, waving. Hi. Good morning. We're just gonna let more people come. Now, if you'd like to rename yourself and you're not sure how, you can leave a note in the chat and Rebecca or myself will be able to help you with that. No problem at all. We want to make sure that everyone's able to share today who'd like to share and that is called by the name they'd like to be called. So again, my name's Sarah. Welcome, everyone. For some of you, it's the first time we've met. We're very excited to have you join us today.
I love all the cameras that we're getting on. Seeing people's smiling faces in a Zoom meeting just makes it feel so much more welcoming and happy. So thank you for being able to turn on your cameras.
Oh, I see our friend Grishma's coming in. I'm excited to see her. It's been a while.
Oh, you know what? I actually will have to check with Grishma. I don't know if she has a slideshow to share today.
Sure, either.
Maybe, hopefully.
I've asked this Grishma, Kirti, Arjun, even Nitya and Ashrita also to join in.
No,
So they will all be joining in
wonderful.
to
The
share
whole
their
gang.
experiences.
Oh, so great.
Oh, we're good. Participants can share screen. Sarah, you're all over it.
Oh, and Vasanti's here. Sorry, Vasanti. There's so many people in the room. I missed
I
seeing
think
you
some of
there.
them have joined from their school, and
Mhm.
some of them looks like they've joined on their own because it's a working school. Yes, Grishma is here.
Oh,
Hi,
yes.
Grishma. And I can see many of our schools and Shweta, she's from Nirmal actually, and the Trinity International is in Mumbai. Okay, and Akshaya, this is DPS Nadargul is again in Hyderabad. DPS Nadargul, Pallavi International, all Pallavis are in Hyderabad. Tanuja,
Good
she's
morning,
also
ma'am.
from
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, good morning. She's also from Hyderabad. Then uh, where is every?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
And if you're just joining, we were just saying you're welcome to put your city or your school name next to your display name. If you're a whole class joining, you can change your display name to be your class name instead of maybe just your teacher's name. So we know what we're supposed to be calling you. So it'd be
yeah,
great to see maybe what school or what city everyone is joining from because
yeah,
we have lots of
yeah.
you in here, which is great to see.
Yeah, we could have your school name and the city name, Hyderabad,
Mhm.
or whichever place. We have schools from Mumbai, then Delhi, Gurgaon, Gwalior, then Nirmal, and of course Hyderabad. All these places we're having schools joining in.
So much representation.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think as of now we have around 65 participants.
Wonderful.
Amazing. So great to see you, Bill. Now, we don't, it's hard because we want to make sure everyone comes in and is able to say welcome, but we also don't want to miss any of our wonderful time together. So we might get started, and as more people join, you're welcome. If you wanted in the chat, if you're sitting at home and you're like, oh, I'm getting a little antsy and I want to participate and I feel the need to unmute, don't give in to that feeling. We have a lot of talking time today. We promise you'll have time to talk to each other, and learn from each other and interact. But when we're having our speaker speak or we're speaking, it's just much easier for the meeting if we stay muted. And if we're dying to share something, maybe we'll put a few prompts in the chat. And as we're speaking, both you'll be able to contribute there, and we won't unmute unless we're asked to do so. And then we can just keep the meeting going and we won't lose that valuable sharing time. So just as a heads up, so maybe as a first prompt, I'm gonna put in the chat here, my favorite, oh, I can't think and type, creature.
So there's somebody from Sun City as well.
In my biome. So I have put in my favorite creature in my biome, and I'm going to answer. Oh, this is always a hard question. I ask it, and then I'm not really, I get all antsy on the answer. I'm going to maybe put a beaver. It's so classically Canadian, and I think it feels appropriate for this meeting. So we'll
second that choice, Sarah.
Yes, and so. As your, oh, Vasanti, thank you, butterfly, gorgeous, another beautiful global sort of animal as well.
Peacock.
Oh, yes. So good to see you. Okay, welcome everyone. We're live on the internet already. We've already started the meeting. We're just so excited to bring you all together today from across the world. Rebecca and myself and some of our guests today are in Canada. I know that we have some friends that will be joining and watching online from all over the world. And then, of course, yourselves across the Asia Pacific region who are joining us today to share, to think about climate, to think about the role of youth. And when we say youth, when we talk in the UN, we often hear youth and it's 18 to 35. Now that's not, when we're talking about youth, today we're really talking about, ages 5 to 18. And that's okay. So we're going to say the word youth, I'm going to say the word children. And sometimes in Canada, being called a child is a bit of an insult. It's like you haven't grown, you don't know enough, you can't represent your voice or your thoughts or your actions, and you need to grow up. But in this meeting, when I say the word child, I mean it with every source of power, because there is power in being a child. You are experts in education. You are experts in knowing what's going on in your community, in your schools, in your homes, in your faith groups, on social media. You know more about social media than almost probably a lot of the older youth that are included in that definition. And so when I say those words today, don't think that I'm saying I'm just a child or you're just a child. No. Today's power is coming from all of you sharing in those positions of amazing knowledge and expertise in what you know. And we're going to celebrate that. And we're going to showcase how together over the next few months, we're going to learn about the issues in our community. We're going to share them. We're going to think about ways that we can make change, and then we're going to do it. And we have some wonderful youth leaders who have been there and who have done it before, who are going to talk about their experiences, who have come and participated in both in Decarbonize, but also in the conference and parties. And we have one of our friends from IUCN who's going to join us and talk in just a little bit here. And she was a part of that as well, where the part of the United Nations is bringing together all of the voices, a conference of all of the parties involved in making these decisions, and how youth can have an enormous impact on those conversations. Anyways, we have so much to talk about today, and I can talk, and I don't want to. I want to give lots of time for you to share and for us to explore together on what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to start with my opening slide here, which is, of course, just a welcome. Welcome to Earth Day 2025. It's still pre-Earth Day here in Canada, but you are well into Earth Day there in India. We're so excited to start our Earth Day off with you. We are gonna have a nice busy meeting this morning when we welcome everyone and share our thoughts. So first we have some speakers, some guest speakers to highlight. Then we're going to talk about the program, what we're going to be doing together over the next few months. We're going to invite some youth who have been through this before and kind of understand the power that you guys hold and the amazing things that you can accomplish. And then we're going to have another guest speaker, and also in the middle of that have some amazing time to share our thoughts, our actions. I know a lot of you are already taking action, and I can't wait to hear more about that. And that's going to be our program for today. Now, some of you, it's your first time with us with Decarbonize, and you're like, what is this? Maybe you Googled us, maybe you're following us on TikTok, maybe you looked us up on Instagram, but we are the world's largest multilingual, multi-school, global program that helps children, so kids ages 5 to 18, think, act, share around climate and biodiversity. And so we're across all the continents. The penguins don't like to participate too much, but we still count them. We're across all the continents. Over 75 countries this year, hundreds of schools, thousands of students, and of course, even more collaborating time, because it's between you at your schools and you with other schools, and it all comes together to be this largest program in the world that is doing this. And now you're a part of it. You're a part of this amazing movement of youth. So we're going to start with an amazing
Hello,
welcome.
everybody. Thank you for your participation in this 2025 Earth Day event. Today, we celebrate our planet, but also your commitment as young change makers demanding action on climate and biodiversity. We at the Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity want to support your efforts. You know that climate and biodiversity issues are closely linked. Climate change has direct impacts on ecosystems and species that live within them, including us, human beings. Conversely, healthy ecosystems and nature-based solutions are needed to address the impacts of climate change and make societies and economies more resilient. The Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, adopted by the Conference of the Parties to the Convention on Biological Diversity in 2022, shows what we need to do to ensure that biodiversity thrives. It emphasizes the role of education and the engagement of youth. As you prepare for the upcoming climate conference, I invite you to keep the role of nature as solution provider in mind, to keep connecting with your peers and sharing your concerns and priorities locally and globally. Thanks to your commitment, the commitment of young people around the globe, fulfilling the vision of life in harmony with nature is possible. Thank you so much.
Now, that welcome was given to us by Astrid Schomacher, who is the Executive Secretary of IUCN, which is the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. And this organization brings together voices from around the world to look at how are we working towards fulfilling or challenging the three greatest global threats facing our planet today, which is climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. And they're called the triple threats. And so as the executive secretary, it's her mandate to bring together all of the voices and look at all of the solutions and propose those in a way that countries are working together to solve this crisis in harmony. And a part of that team is Dr. Vasanthi Rao, who is joining us today to also bring a welcome and to give us a reference point of what's going on in South Asia. What is she a part of? What has she heard in these conversations? Dr. Rao is the Regional Vice Chair for South and Southeast Asia and a member of the steering committee for the Communications and Education Committee, the CEC of the IUCN. And so this committee, which the Center for Global Education and Decarbonize program is a part of, is really on how do we mobilize education as a key part of climate learning, biodiversity learning, and change. Dr. Rao has an amazing CV of a lot of experience in education and her ability to communicate this with children and looking at it in multiple lenses. I want to invite Dr. Vizanti to join us now and share her thoughts. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Good morning, everyone. So wonderful to see so many amazing, beautiful young persons all over the screen. And I'm so glad to see you again, Sarah, Rebecca, and Annapurna. And I know it's good evening for you, but it's absolutely a gorgeous morning here in India. So I'm happy to see so many wonderful faces here. I know, and I met some of your amazing champions, I would call them, at COP last in Colombia. And it was amazing to watch such fresh and dynamic voices. And I went back very reassured that our future is in good hands. So thank you, Sarah. It was absolutely a brilliant experience. And I'm glad to be here today. Um, to all the children, I think you're all here because you're already champions. You believe in the power of ideas, the necessity of dialogue, and in the potential of collaboration to shape a better world. So I congratulate you all for being part of this journey and to be part of this particular campaign called Decarbonize, initiated by the Canadian organization Center for Global Education. So congratulations to all of you. I mean, you just heard that what we are facing, and I don't think we need to hear it. I'm sure you all face it living in India, and I think most of them are from India, aren't they, Sarah, Annapurna? Yes, I think most of you are in India, and I think you experience, I think quite a lot of them are in Hyderabad right now, and we are already experiencing extreme heat here. So you've seen what we are facing. The world is at a crossroads. At one side, we are facing this climate crisis, which is no longer a distant threat. It's really unfolding before our own eyes. Rising temperatures, extreme weather, pollution, disappearing ecosystems. They just remind us that inaction is not an option anymore. So it is our generation, all of us, that are feeling this deepest impact. And that means we must also be the generation that leads the fight for solutions. And on the other hand, in this crossroad, we are also witnessing a very interesting revolution, the rise of artificial intelligence. It has the power to accelerate solutions for climate change, from predicting natural disasters to optimizing renewable energy. But it also raises critical questions about many things like ethics, job security, and misinformation. Both climate crisis and AI are really reshaping everything around us, the industries, the transforming the economies, they're redefining the way we live and work. I'm sure all of you children must be hearing your parents talking about why are you in front of the screen all the time? But they are actually influencing our values, our relationship, and the very way we communicate, not just with ourselves, with our families, our communities, and also our planet. How many of you living in this beautiful city or this country called India has actually gone and connected, or this is mango season here in India. Have you seen a mango grow on the tree? It's a beauty to behold, to kind of feel how abundant the nature is. And yet we feel that mangoes are available in stores. Let's just go buy it. And they are sold in packets in plastics. But in beautiful nature, when you just pluck it and eat it, it is a totally different experience. I invite all of you to go out and find a tree and pluck up fruit and eat and just feel how beautiful, how nurturing this beautiful earth is. Coming back, I think because you're already part of this decarbonize campaign, or you're already started your journey of how we need to all relook in this crossroads of AI and climate crisis. So I today will only say, I will challenge you all, not just the students, but all of you who are at this beautiful campaign, which is worldwide and a global campaign that is very much needed in today's world, that we speak boldly, demand accountability, not just with our families, our schools, our communities, our governments, with organizations, everybody around us, and champion sustainable solutions. You are the ones who can, because you think fresh, you live and have born into the technology world. Embrace AI not just as a tool, but as a responsibility. And never forget that the world's greatest movements started with young people who refused to accept the status quo. The future is not yet written. It is waiting for voices like ours or yours to shape it. I'm cheering for all of you and my best wishes to all of you. All the best in this 2025 edition of Decarbonize. And welcome again. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, Sarah.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us and for setting that tone, because it's true. We need to think about how, not just what we're learning, but what we're going to do with that learning. Because I often hear, and I think it's sometimes frustrating that others will say, the future is yours and you need to act now, as though they shouldn't also be acting. But the truth is, we can show, and when I say we, I mean you, but we can show that leadership now. You don't have to wait to be old like me to take action. You can take powerful action now. You can set examples. You can lead, and you don't have to wait. You can turn this learning that you're going to get over the next little bit and make it into a powerful action into your communities. And we're hoping to inspire you over the next little bit. And similar to the experience that we had at COP that Vasanthi was talking about, that we were at in Colombia, that Kirti, who's going to speak a little bit later, joined us as representing India, is the idea that we can come together and write a powerful statement too. Actions aren't necessarily projects that you take in your school. It doesn't have to be an actual thing that you do. It can also be a movement of words and a movement of passion. And so a part of this project will be learning and perhaps taking action in your school, but also we'll come together a little bit later in a few months, and together we'll co-author a declaration statement. And it'll be the power of your voice and what do you see that needs to change? And how are we going to do that together? And so I think that's also very important, that action can look like so many different things, and it doesn't look the same to everyone, but that doesn't mean that it's not important. Does that make sense? We all have our strengths, and we can find that in how we act. You don't have to be, if you're not a public speaker, maybe that's not how you're going to enact. Or if you're nervous about making change in your school or starting something there, action's going to look different for everyone, and it's going to look different in every community, and we're here to help you embrace that change. All right. Thank you, Dr. Rao, for joining us. It was really amazing to having you here today. Oh, okay, as we continue in our wonderful time together, we want to get to the sharing. We're putting some more questions so we don't lose track of you in the question. But before we get to the part where you'll talk to each other, we also wanted to introduce the project itself. So over the next few months, we are going to be working on Decarbonize itself. It involves learning and sharing. So we have a shared platform called Padlet, and it's like a community where we'll work together. So our activities will be loaded on there, and my friend, colleague Rebecca is going to go through it here in a second and share her. She's helped design this whole thing and set it up for you guys, so she's excited to showcase it with you. But we wanted to start by revealing the theme. And every year, Decarbonize has a new theme, and so we have a special theme for you to work on in this project. And I'm going to do a little drum roll. Drum roll. There we go. So, my theme slide. I think I don't. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there it is.
It's over one. Yeah, you're good.
And then what a reveal. So Young Voices, Clean Choices. We're focusing on renewable energies for the next few months and looking at how our communities are working with renewable energies to make those green and clean choices. So Young Voices, Clean Choices. And we're so excited to bring you together around that. And I sort of showed you the Padlet. So I've revealed a little bit of Rebecca's thunder here, but I'm going to stop my sharing and allow her to talk to you a bit about the learning journey.
Perfect. I am so excited to share this with you all. I just popped a link into the chat as well, but this will also be shared with your teachers. So if you lose it, you will be able to gain access to it again. This is our shared classroom. So when we take a look at the Padlet, it is divided into different sections. The very top is where we're going to put any important information. So links to join the writers retreat or important upcoming reminders. Those are all going to go in this top section. And then we have 3 learning activities that you all need to complete. Now, the cool thing about Padlet is it's very interactive. So when we take a look at activity 1, we're going to be developing a climate story. So we have a workbook here. When you click on this link, it will automatically open that workbook for you. And you're going to develop a 2-minute climate story or a biodiversity story related to how you interact with nature. Then you're going to push this little plus button and you're going to add your video right to that section. Then we can actually like and comment on each other's stories and videos, and we can share them that way, which is really great. Now, the only thing I want to warn you guys about is if you make a very long video, Padlet gets a little angry. So you need to make sure if your video is too long, it might give you an error message. You have a couple options. You can upload your video to YouTube and just post the YouTube link, or you can upload it to Google Drive and just post a Google Drive link. Or if your teacher would like to reach out to Sarah or myself and send us the video, we would be happy to upload it to the Drive and share it for you. So if you're at any point like, oh, I made this great video, sharing my climate story, it's not going up, we are here to help you with it. It likes short videos, so try to keep them under 2 minutes. So that's activity 1. Activity 2 is all about researching renewable energy sources. So you are each going to research different renewable energy sources and create information posters about them to share with each other. And those posters get posted right up here so we can kind of learn together about all of these cool new technologies that are happening. And then number 3 is kind of why this program is so magical. This activity 3 does not work with adults. Adults kind of have this kind of grumpy, sad view of the world, which is wrong. We literally have all of the solutions to climate and biodiversity already happening. We just need to have people willing to dream them into reality. So that's what activity 3 is all about. It really only works with people your age. So you guys do have a special superpower for this activity 3. So it works best to do it as a class or a group, but it's kind of a fun future envisioning activity where we can see, after we've learned about all these renewables, how do we envision them actually being used within India, within Asia Pacific, to try to actually help solve some of those issues that we're seeing. And I gave you some options for this one of how you share. It can be a video, it can be text, but our idea is for each of these activities, all of us, either individually or as small groups, are sharing something and commenting on each other's, because it's really nice when you post a video up here to get some reactions to it, to know that our peers are actually looking at them. So I'm very excited about all of the activities that I've shared for you all on here. I hope you guys love them as much as I loved creating them for you. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what you guys all make and put on the Padlet. I'm going to be watching it very closely.
And I think that's a great segue into introducing some of our students to talk about, so you're not just hearing from us, but to hear from maybe Arjun and Grishma. I'm not sure who would like to talk a bit first about their experiences doing this program. And I think I saw Arjun just log in a little bit ago. And Grishma, I think you're here too. Yeah, I see you nodding. Grishma. Would you like to, I'm not sure if you guys have organized who's going to talk first, but we'd like to invite you now to talk about your experiences and what you want all of these amazing students to know.
I could go first, I guess.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Grishma, and I'm 14 years old, and I'm in India, Hyderabad. If someone had told me that, someone had told a younger me that I'd be attending COP29, representing my country and sharing a space with change makers from all over the world, I probably wouldn't have believed them. But being in Baku, Azerbaijan for COP29 felt like entering another world, but not in the way you'd expect. Sure, the city was beautiful, the streets, the towers, the food, the energy, and everything just blew me away. But the part that stood with me the most was the people. kids and teens like me from different corners of the world all brought together by this one thing that we care about, our future. We talked, we cried, and we laughed a lot also. We shared what climate change looked like in our hometowns, whether it was floods, fires, or just the invisible fear of what was coming. And somehow, despite everything, we still believed that we could do something about it. And that seriously gave me the power and the strength to continue. I got to help share the Global Child Climate Manifesto, which is a collection of what students like us want to see in climate action. Things like proper climate education, protection for vulnerable communities, and space for youth voices. We didn't present it with like big speeches or standing ovations, but we had honest conversations with people who really cared about creating change. We passed it hand to hand across pavilions and across borders, and people listened. Of course, the days were long and we were continuously moving, but it wasn't draining. It was energizing. There was this quiet excitement in knowing that I was actually part of something that mattered, something that's actually going to help change the future. What I want to say is this: I didn't feel like a global lead or some polished delegate. I felt like myself, curious, a little nervous, but ready. Ready to speak up, ready to connect, and ready to take what I've learned back home. So if you've ever felt like your voice doesn't matter or like you're too young to be in rooms where decisions are made, I promise you, we belong there, not just as listeners, but as contributors, leaders, and change makers. Thank you.
No, amazing. And I think that sometimes, oh, I think I have you spotlighted. I think sometimes when we hear amazing women, young women like Grishma speak, we think, oh, I can't, she's amazing. I don't know if I can be as amazing as her. But and she is amazing. But you all have this power within you. And Grishma's one of her amazing strengths is her ability to communicate. And that is her superpower. But we know that you all have different ways of expressing your superpowers. The passion inside of you and how it bursts out. And so we want to teach you guys through those Padlet activities and through our working together over the next few weeks, few months, how to find that and tap into it. And Grishma, through this program, was able to come and really sort of embrace that and stand up on stages and speak to the world about her experiences. And I think that sometimes adults will be like, well, she's only 14, but she's only 14 and she knows already the things that she's seen that are right and the things that she's seen that are wrong and what she needs to learn more about. And there's so much expertise in those 14 years. So we're so proud of Grishma and all she did when she joined us. And another person we're very proud of is Arjun. And I know that he is here as well. And I'd like to invite him to share on his experiences in Azerbaijan.
Thank you, Sarah. So I think, am I audible or is there a bit of an issue?
Great.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So I think Azerbaijan for me was definitely a learning experience. So firstly, I think the very idea of going to another country and a country like Azerbaijan, which has its own share of climate issues. So they are a major oil producer and therefore their climate is it is impacted by decades of pollution from oil drilling. So I think looking at that and more importantly, learning about climate issues from all around the world and more importantly, what others are doing about it. So I think the delegation from Australia, they had very interesting solutions for their climate challenges. So they were using drones to help people in Papua New Guinea. And I think these ideas will definitely help us implement the similar solutions at home in India. And I think it's this sort of cultural exchange and sharing of ideas that will help us in the larger fight against climate change. And I think Decarbonize did really help me in that and helped all of us there.
Amazing. One of the brilliant things, Arjun came and he got very sick. And yet he powered through. And I think that shows the perseverance and that sometimes you can be faced with a lot of challenges and you feel as though you won't be able to overcome them. And he did. And I think that too was such a valuable lesson for everyone who was there to see that, well, you know, like we can meet these barriers, but don't worry, we have the skills to be able to overcome them. And so Arjun, thank you so much for coming, and Grishma for coming and participating and really growing and sharing that with us today. So,
Yeah. And
one-
Sarah, yeah, and
yes,
Sarah,
and
we have, Sarah, we have Kirti, Nitya, and Ashrita also with us.
amazing. We're
They've
gonna
all
ask,
joined. Yeah, so you can keep that in mind when you want to call them out.
wonderful. We're gonna ask
Okay.
for a little bit. I'm gonna skip ahead in our program here because we need to get to the sharing. And we had a few more slides, and we're going to have Kirti share just right near the end because we want to bring it back to that sort of portion. But we're going to head in now. What we're going to do is head into breakout rooms, and we want you to present to each other. Now, Rebecca has been setting up the room, so I'm going to have her explain the brainness behind it and how you should get yourself to the right breakout room. But we're so excited to hear what you have to share today.
Sure thing. So I've opened up 10 breakout rooms. I don't know if we'll need all of them because I'm not actually sure how big each of our presenter groups are. So what I would like you guys to do is once I open the rooms, you can just share in the chat. If you're in different locations, but you're presenting together, just message in the chat and say, oh, HDPS, let's go to room 3, right? Or, Pahlavi International, we're going to go to room 8. So if you have a partner that you're presenting with, but they're joining from a different location, just message them quickly in the chat and let them know. And you guys are actually able to choose your own rooms. So we'll let everybody pick rooms to go into. If we're really spread out, we can close a couple and combine some, but I'm going to let you guys choose whichever room you'd like. And then we'll hopefully be partnered with some new friends that we haven't met before once we get in there. And we should be able to share with each other. Does that make sense to everybody? So try to get into the same room as the people who you made a presentation with so that you can share with your partners. Okay, the rooms are open. We'll let you guys go in. Remember, you can message in the chat if you would like to. And we will give you a few minutes just to get organized and pop into your breakout rooms. Feel free as well, teachers, if you're on the chat and you see your students here, you can feel free to unmute and let them know what room to go to if that's easier.
Looks like it's working. I see Fountainhead to go to room 2, Trinity to 9.
And remember, we don't have to use every room. So don't feel like you have to go into a breakout room if it's empty. I thought more is always better. I can't make more room later. Okay, looks great.
So if you're having trouble joining a room, you can also just use one of the tools or unmute and let us know you need help joining a room. I know sometimes it can be tricky to navigate if you're...
There should be a button at the bottom of your screen that looks like 4 windows. It's called breakout rooms. If the pop-up did not come up when I opened the rooms, you may have to click on the button at the bottom of your Zoom screen that says breakout rooms. And then you can choose the room you'd like. I think Trinity is in room 9, yes. Okay, yeah, and DPS, you're going to room 9 as well. Awesome. And I guess people don't like the number 4. We just skipped over room 4. Kind of funny.
8's only has one school in it as well. We might have to... This is the odd number, or the even numbers aren't doing well. 4, 6, 8. So again, if anyone needs help going into a room, I see that we have some classes just sitting in this room here. I might start moving you over.
Annapurna ma'am, students have started presenting there and discussing. I think they should be going ahead, right?
Yes,
And
please.
yeah,
Yeah.
room number 2, we've seen that started.
Wonderful. I'm going to start moving some of our schools that are seemingly in this room.
PMS Tirumangiri hasn't been allotted a room. Thank you.
I just sent a message to the room to let them know that they can start in case they were waiting.
I'm going to. So if you haven't selected a room, I'm going to start popping you in, and I think you'll just have to accept the assignment.
Hi, Sarah. Good
Hello.
morning. Hi. Sarah, are we supposed to join, I mean, the one particular school to join one particular room, or we can spread and go out in any of the rooms?
Yeah, join any of the room. You just want to stay with your group to the room that you join.
All right.
Perfect.
Hi.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna. There are a lot of classrooms here.
Ma'am, good morning.
Hello.
Should teachers also, hello ma'am. Should we also have to join the breakout rooms or shall we stay here? We are facilitators for our students.
You can join a room with your students, or you can stay here. It's totally up to you. I'm just.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Some of you. I'm. I see some rooms have come back. If anyone needs help getting back to their room or they need me to assign them. I think some of the rooms here are in other rooms too. I'm not really sure. Oh, I think you're muted.
When you go back and forth from the breakout rooms. Room 4 is quite small, so I think I might, unless were you putting people in room 4?
I'm not sure. I think some of the people in this room are in other rooms because they're looking at another screen.
Oh, maybe they have two computers.
Not sure.
Yeah, interesting. I might just move the room 4 group into, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
one of these other rooms, just so that we can even it out a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and yeah, and they're from the same school too. They're just hanging out by themselves.
And then room 8 is also quite small. I might combine them with 10.
I'm gonna move Terry up and move Kirthi down. Because it's getting light here.
Yeah, no kidding. Is it midnight for you guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Grishma and Arjun are so great. I love those kids.
I know. I just like the passion that they speak with is just like, oh. I loved seeing both of them speak at COP. And like you were saying, like Arjun was like, I have never seen a kid so sick. Speak so confidently on a panel before. I was like basically propping him up.
Oh.
Okay, these are great. I was thinking I would join a room, but I think the stream, it looks like just stays on the main room when I join. So unfortunately, if anybody watches the YouTube later, they're just gonna have a boring section where we wait for the breakout rooms to end.
Someone, oh, is it in this room that someone's asking the same question? Someone's asking in the chat a whole lot of things. Oh, that was 7 minutes ago. Never mind, missed it.
Oh, yes. I think that was just when we were just moving the last few over. They made it there eventually. Okay, and the last few that we have in this main room are all okay?
It's just teachers hanging out.
Perfect.
And Terry.
And Terry waiting to go to sleep because it's 5 hours past bedtime. Oh, these questions in the chat were so nice. I love that. That's a great idea. I'll also have to try, I don't know what dosa is. Have you tried it before?
Dosa? I think it's a type of, oh, I don't know.
A few of them chose that one.
I think it's a type of bread. I think it is.
Pizza, pasta, dal, delicious. Chocolate ice cream. A lot of ice creams as well. Ice cream must be popular in India.
I give the ice creams a lot of hearts. That's right. I think that I have another good one to end it with during Terry's talk.
Mina actually said chocolate, end of discussion. I'll also support that one. I'm going to go ahead and heart that one when they come back.
All right. I'm going to do a... Ooh.
Are you typing a 10-minute warning?
I'm going to do a 6-minute warning.
Okay. Oh, a few of them said they would like to visit Canada.
Because we can always like come in and go back out after Terry and Kirthi share for like another 10 minutes or something.
Great idea. Yep. Oh, a lot of them want to visit Japan.
Korea.
So many friends I've visited Japan this year. It's crazy. There was 3 different sets of friends that were there at the same time this month. I don't know if they had some sort of seat deal or something. And a lot of Korea in here too. What won between the mountains and the ocean question? I think it might be mountains. Oh, I don't know. Pretty closely tied.
Love the back of the car move. I think it's toss up. That one was really close.
I
mountains
would
and
be
the ocean.
interested to see where most of them live. I don't know like the geography of India well enough to know like which cities are closer to the ocean or to the mountains. Because I feel like for me, growing up far away from the ocean but close to the mountains just makes me automatically love the mountains more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little biased. I also really like how nature-based a lot of their outdoor activities are. It's a lot of like walking in nature,
Mm.
sitting in the
A lot of
garden.
football. They like their soccer.
Mm-hmm. Although they must call hiking trekking there. I think that's like a European thing as well. I accidentally really derailed the conversation at our last Eco Tribe Vibe because we just had such a good mixture of students from different continents. So we were talking about families, and I was like, "How many siblings do you have? How many siblings did your grandparents have?" I was just so interested in like all the different countries. The cultural aspect of our program is always just like it's so fun to learn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was Roshio okay for being that test subject of the biome?
She said she's getting Danny's school to do it.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I've got 3 tasks," and she's like, "I talked to Danny, and she's excited." So I was like, "Great! If she can get it done in the next 2 weeks, so that our kids can get it before they leave."
Yeah.
Jenny's gonna do it with her. I don't know if I told you this. I don't know. Anyway, Jenny's gonna do it with her K&E science class. So
oh, cool.
A good like grade 10 K&E science, like
yeah. Oh, so good. I think that would be really fun.
The only thing I'm thinking I might in the instructions more specifically clarify like what can and can't be sent, because like I'm just picturing people sending like illegal seeds or like infested tree bark or something. Like I'm like I feel like I need to like specifically be like here if you can send this.
Causing biodiversity disasters.
Right. We're just sending species in. Like make sure it's dried.
Yeah.
Don't sprinkle your box into an open field.
I'm just sending the 2-minute warning.
Perfect.
So we'll close the rooms in a minute.
But yes, everyone seems very excited about biome boxes. I think it will be awesome. Okay, and also don't forget when you close the breakout rooms, they take a minute to close.
Yes.
So I couldn't help but laugh when you shared the picture of me and the kids on the Zoom meeting. One of the slides. It's not the best picture of me. I was like, "Whoa, jump scare." I think now I know how all these teenagers feel when I just steal pictures of them and use them for things. And they're like,
all right, here, I'm gonna close them all now.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Welcome back, welcome back. I hope you all had wonderful conversations in your rooms and that it's hard to leave and come back. I always like it when it takes too long and it's like the last minute and people are coming in all quickly because it means that they weren't like, time to go, but they were having a good conversation. Welcome back. Oh, everyone's coming in now. Good to see you. Welcome back. All right. If we show our hands, how many people need more time to talk in their rooms? I see some hands.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Why is it echoing?
You have a few devices connected to the same meeting room, And so when you unmute it, it has a feedback loop. So if you can pause all the audios, then you can unmute again.
But the hands are helpful. We wanted to know
ma'am.
because we do have
Is it
time
still
to.
echoing?
What's that?
Ma'am, is my voice still echoing?
Nope, you're good now.
Ma'am, actually, we would require more time because it is such a good platform to share. And we have done certain activities which, if do come to the forefront, we would be happy.
Amazing. So we're going to come back together. We're going to have another little speaker, and then we're going to do some more breakout rooms. We just wanted to make sure that it wasn't that we had some pace. We find that if we put people in breakout rooms for too long, then some people get to speak, and then there's no time at all. So this way we have a bit of time, you've had some speakers, and then if we go back and maybe it was one or two voices that were very strong, we can move on to the other voices. So we make sure there's time for everyone to be heard. So we're sort of trying to help pace you in the rooms, but I understand it goes so fast, the time together, doesn't it? All right, well, next on our agenda, we're gonna invite our friend from the College Board, Terry Godwalt, to come and share a bit about his experiences working with Decarbonize, as well as his students and the projects that they bring to the program. These last few years in particular, we've been working much more closely with the College Board, which he'll explain in terms of its place and how it helps youth to showcase the learning they want to do, the passion they have for their learning, especially around the environment. And then through our Eco Knowledge Fair, which is a science fair around climate and biodiversity that we bring to the COP meetings, how it's allowing youth to showcase the original research that you guys are doing in your schools and how we can help put it on a higher stage. So Terry, welcome to our meeting tonight, and this morning, and I'd love to have you unmute and share.
Sarah, I would love to share. And what an exciting event we have had so far. It's been great to see some of these amazing young people and the great work that they're doing. My name is Terry Godwalt, and I am the director for the College Board in Canada. And essentially, if you haven't heard of the College Board, we are a nonprofit organization. If you've heard of the SAT, so if you want to go study at Harvard or Yale or even University of Toronto or Oxford, you might be writing your SAT exams, and this would give you the opportunity to give another piece of evidence of your learning. And so in this capacity, I get to sit down with all the university, because I work in Canada, I get to sit down with all the universities of Canada and have a conversation around the skills and the amazing young people that they would like to have. And Canada and India have a very special relationship together. Both being members of the Commonwealth, we have almost 100,000 Indian students who come to Canada to study. So that's very exciting. But I want to tell two stories in particular of amazing young people that I have met through the time that I've been working at the College Board and the time that I have been going to the United Nations Conference. And friends, both of these stories are rooted in the fact that the world is ready to listen to young people who are doing amazing work like they never have before. And I'll tell you one story. I was at a United Nations gathering, and this was in Ottawa, and there were young people. There was over 95 different countries in the world had gathered, and they were talking about global citizenship. And historically, they had never allowed young people to attend these events. But this one year, they had allowed under 18 youth to come in and present. And these young people were doing a joint research project. And during this time, they came together and they stood on stage and they shared the work that they had worked on for the last 3 months leading up to this event. And at the end of the time that these young people had spoken, we had secretary generals from across the world who came up to the microphone afterwards with tears in their eyes. Friends, these are men and women who are leaders of United Nations organizations around the world who had listened to these children, these under 18 youth share, and they came up to the microphone with tears in their eyes and said, "I am sorry. I am sorry that we have not listened to young people in the past." And they committed to going back and listening more closely to the great work that young people had done. And friend, that's one example on the United Nations. And I'm going to tell you another example. Like I said before, I get to meet with university registrars. So university registrars are people at different universities who decide which students get to come and study at their schools. And they talked about how in the past they had looked just at students' marks. So they had looked at what grades they had. Well, friends, I get to meet with these registrars all the time. And what we are finding now more than ever is there is a change to not just look at the grades that students are receiving, not just at the marks that they're doing, but at the research that they are doing. They're looking now because they know they want to have the young people like yourselves who are making a real impact. And so so Annapurna, can you share what city are you in Canada?
Right now, I'm in Calgary.
You're in Calgary. So
Yeah.
Calgary has one of Canada's top 15 research universities in the whole country. And they have just changed their policy that moving forward now, they are going to be looking at the research that students are doing, at the action projects that these young people are doing, and that will be part of their admissions moving forward. And so all across Canada, we're seeing this. And friends, not just across Canada, but across the world, young people like yourself who are doing great work, who want to make a difference. Because the world needs now more than ever young people like yourselves who are willing to stand up, who are willing to see school as more than just a place to get good grades, but as a place to become citizens of the planet. And this planet needs people like you to come forward to do great work and to stand in front of the microphone and say, "World, I need you to hear me and you need to hear me now." So thank you for the amazing work that you are doing. Thank you for the amazing work that we heard today from these young people. And I'm looking forward to hearing the amazing stories that Rebecca and Sarah and all of our other friends share that young people are doing in India and all across the world. So have a wonderful day, and back to you.
Thanks so much, Terry, for sharing that. And I think it is a great segue to our friend Kirthi, who's joining us, who came as a member of our delegation that went to COP16, which was the biodiversity COP in Colombia. And Kirthi, came from India, and along that idea of really embracing your voice. And I remember we were in an event, and Vasanti, who was here earlier, heard Kirthi stand up and speak, and she spoke with such passion that she's like, "Come with me right now." And she grabbed her by the hand and pulled her across the COP, sort of this area that we were in one of the meeting room areas that was just outside. And she pulled her into the India pavilion, and she's like, "You must meet with the Minister of the Environment right now." And Kirthi was like, "Oh, okay, all right." And she did. And so it's, being able to champion and believe in your voice can lead to amazing opportunities, and not sacrificing not underestimating your power. And so Kirthi, I'd love to have you join us now and just talk a bit about your experience that you had in the program and what you'd like to share with these students.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello, everyone. Namaste. I'm Kirthi. I'm 15 years old. I'm currently in grade 11 in Pallavi International School, Gandipet in Hyderabad. Last June, I joined Education Nature Nexus, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. It was a journey that began with joining Zoom meetings with strangers from across the world and ended with bittersweet goodbyes in Colombia with friends that will last me a lifetime. Being a part of ENN taught me things that I will never forget. It taught me not to underestimate the power of a child with a voice, with something to say. It taught me that when I get an opportunity, I should never let it go. And it taught me that change really does begin with you. Through the program, I was chosen to represent India as a child delegate at the COP16 for Biodiversity at Cali in Colombia. I was able to speak to people from across different professions, nationalities, and age groups. We interacted with professors, startup founders, and even the United Nations officials. We presented the Global Child Biodiversity Declaration to numerous people to spread the word of what the children want. Through ENN, I was able to learn so much about the biodiversity of my country, my city, and even numerous other countries from all over the world. The 5 months that I spent as part of the program changed me in so many ways. I believe that this experience has shaped me as a person because I did things that I never thought I was capable of. Flying to Colombia without my family, spending a week with strangers from across the world, and speaking to hundreds of people who I had never ever met before were all things that I could not have imagined myself doing until I was right there in Cali doing it all. Projects like Education Nature Nexus and Decarbonize don't just teach you about biodiversity, they teach you about yourself. Earlier, if someone had told me that children can actually shape global policies, I would not have believed them. And I didn't believe them until I became one of those children. Thank you, and I hope you love this journey as much as I loved mine.
So good. Oh, Rebecca, I don't know how to do that hearse thing, but I would be doing that for sure. Emotions, if I could. It was wonderful. And I think that the power of having Grishma and Arjun and Kirti share their stories is that this could be you. These programs, we are bringing you together with the purpose of allowing you these opportunities to speak truth to power, to share your ideas and your voice, your passion, your fears, your hopes with those, and it can happen now. And so these are laddered programs, and you'll have the opportunity at the end to apply to be one of these representatives at the UN conference. And so if this is something that inspires you, like, I want to be Kirti, I want to be going and meeting people at the UN and expressing my thoughts. I want to be Grishma standing on a stage. You can. This program is allowing you these opportunities, and you'll be able to apply to be that person. And so keep that in mind as you're participating. Is this something I want to try to do? We would love to help you get there. So now is our time. We're going to go back into our breakout groups for the last few minutes of our meeting, and then we'll come together again and say goodbye. So if you were in a room that was, and your voices of your school or your fellow students were predominating in the conversation, take a step back and let the other students share. If you got through everyone, have some question time. Ask each other questions. All right, so back to your breakout rooms. We'll see you in 10-ish minutes. Thanks, everyone.
It's so fast now that they've already picked their rooms. They're just snapping out of here.
I'm gonna go talk. I got some things to say.
Yeah.
And again, if you're in here and you need help moving, you just let us know what room you need to go to in the chat, and we'll pop you over.
Hi, Sarah. This is Meghna from Fountainhead.
Yeah.
My students are already in the breakout room, so I thought we'd just take this opportunity to have to say hello. Yeah, it's a lovely thing that you're bringing all the schools together and trying to motivate them in the most important problem solving, which is decarbonizing. It's really nice to hear all the stories from different schools, and I should say upcoming heroes of the schools. Lovely to hear them out. Yeah,
it's amazing, like to think that Grishma's just 14, like like the power of some of these children have, it's just, you can't keep it down. They're just so inspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I experienced this when my students were reviving this lake. So I had a very young champion from our school who was hardly 6 years old. He was in class 1. His name is Arav. So we had this climate change professor from Australia visiting Hyderabad once. And we happened to go to his conference, like his talk. And he was surprised seeing that young lad sitting in front of him. And he says, "What are you doing here in my, conference?" He said, "I am reviving a lake. I want to learn." And then he was like, "I really want you to speak then." And he gave the mic to him, and that guy took it out and shared his thoughts, how he want to see that lake and all of that from 6-year-old. I was like,
Honestly,
wow.
the kids always blow me away. Like they always are afraid that they're not gonna, I don't know, speak to the level that they need to at these things, but they are always the best speakers that anybody sees at any of them. Like I don't think the students understand like how much power their voices can have at those sorts of conferences. It's awesome to see.
It is awesome, Rebecca. And thanks for creating a platform for them to be able to come up with what they want, because it's so important that they feel that kind of power through these programs. So to make them understand that, every choice that they make is important because they are going to be part of this and their voices are heard and people take them seriously. Very, very important for them. Thank you.
I just need to quickly mute, but I will be back.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you very much. I mean, it's nice to hear it from teachers, but obviously this program does not exist without teachers doing the work in the schools. So, we're happy to organize, but we would also like to send a thank you to you for like doing the work on the ground and inspiring your students to take action, because it sounds like you guys are doing great work. So we're very happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Because we are more doers, because as Fountainheads, if you have seen our presentation, it showcases what my students are doing, because they're more on ground and do things and then share what they have done and what is the impact. Because this is it's a way of our culture in our school that we strongly believe just sitting in a room and discussing about problems will not solve problems. You need to roll your sleeves up, get your feet into the problem, work on it, and then find solutions. This is how we've been doing it all through.
Absolutely. Decarbonize is like that too. Like we always tell the students that going to a conference or, doing these meets is always the starting point. It doesn't end there. That's what inspires you to go home and take action. We try to keep like a very positive, inspirational vibe, because sometimes in the climate space, you get people that are very negative and very grumpy. And that very like, we talk and nothing happens. And as soon as you give the kids those like tools to do real work, it's like a total shift in their perspective on the problems that we can solve. So totally agree. We have the exact same idea on our side.
Thanks, Rebecca. It's really nice to know. So, Rebecca, can I have your full name? I'm going to send a LinkedIn invite.
Typed it in the chat so that we don't get confused about the spelling. Rebecca Moon.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome. Sarah, she's making a chat. I'm going to put a reminder into the rooms. We've got 2 minutes. I feel bad. It is late for me where I'm at, but Sarah's on the other side of the country from me. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning for her right now. So it's actually Earth Day for Sarah, finally.
Okay. But 1 in the morning. Wow.
Yeah, I know it. I feel bad, but it's actually nice that we have finally got to do an event where your schools get to join at a time that's like great for you. India always has to join when it's so late or so early. So I'm very happy that we were able to do something where schools could actually get together in their school. It's very nice.
Thank you for considering our students and their time.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
This whole thing is for, Sarah, are you okay if we close the breakout rooms in 1 minute?
Sorry, I was just on the phone with my child.
All good. I was just saying, I think it's officially actually Earth Day for you now, right?
Yeah, it's 12:45. I'm 48 minutes in now.
I'm going to close them and they're going to come back and be like, we didn't have enough time.
We didn't have enough time. You cheated us out of the minutes.
Yeah. I was just thinking, because they were saying that their school's presentation is so great, I might make a bonus activity on the
Oh yeah,
Padlet where
people
they can
should.
upload their presentation
Ah,
today. Yeah.
that'd be
So
amazing.
feel free to tell them that, because I'm gonna start popping that in there, because I feel like, especially if they didn't have time to share or got cut off, I would love to see everyone. So
Yeah,
putting in a bonus
there's
one.
never enough time. Ooh, that breakout room. See, they're taking too long. They're having fun. They're not coming back fast at all. Love it.
Let's say Earth Day presentations.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So, Rebecca has just informed me that she's adding another bonus activity on the Padlet, because we know that a lot of you had amazing presentations that other groups, oopsies, looks like I am sharing someone's camera. I don't know how to, I think I have to share in order to, I'm just going to share.
I got it. We're good.
Good. I did not have my presentation back up. So on the Padlet, we're going to add another activity where we'd like you to record your presentation. So you can do someone recording on an iPhone, or you can put it in screen mode and do a voice recording. However you want to record and share your presentation, we're going to have an activity on the Padlet now, a bonus activity where you can upload it there and share it, because we couldn't get to all the groups. And maybe you couldn't get through your whole presentation, or maybe you had to cut it short because there were so many groups, but we want to see it in all of its glory. And so please, 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 after this, take some time to do that, to record it and share it. So I just got a notification that it's been added. So it is there. It is ready for you as of right now. Now we have 2 more minutes left in this meeting. And what we wanted to sort of end on was this amazing celebration of you being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for having interest in this project. We cannot wait to hear about how you're learning, what's important to you. We want to hear about your ideas on how to change the world and your strategies to do that. And we're so excited to be able to provide the space for you to talk to each other, because I think one of the most powerful things we learn when we have these big gatherings of students from all over the world, or whether it's just students in Canada or just students in India, is that you're not alone. When you are doing this, it is a part of something bigger. It's not just you taking an action in your school and it doesn't make a difference. All of these actions added up around the world are what creates momentum for change. And so we hope that today you became a little inspired to share, to learn more, to share, and to grow. And we want to be with you on this journey. So please, maybe we'll put the Padlet again one more time in the bottom of the chat so that you can open it right up, get ready to record your presentations. And we are so much looking forward to joining with you over these next couple of months and being on this journey. You're going to see us again. You're going to hear from us again. If at any time you have questions, you can reach out through the Padlet, and we are here to learn and support with you. So Annapurna, did you have any final thoughts? This is your brainchild. You are the one that is driving this inspiring change in India, and we are so happy to be on this journey with you. Any last thoughts, Annapurna, before we say Happy Earth Day?
No. Yeah. First of all, Happy Earth Day to everyone, and thank you to Sarah, Rebecca, and Terry for taking forward what I wanted to initiate. You know that we've been thinking about this for a few years now. And finally, it is materializing this year. So come what may, I wanted this to go ahead, and we will do the culmination in July as planned. Let us see how it goes. Maybe there could be some changes, but which will get evolved over the period of time. And I'm sure the kind of activities that you will see that our children are able to do and what they're going to present is going to be amazing. We have amazing kids in our country, and that is one reason why I wanted to bring so many of them onto the platform.
Wonderful.
I'm sure you as you always keep mentioning that the students that I bring to the COP are one of the best, and now you will see how many best students we have across the country. They have amazing projects that our children are doing across. Right now, the kind of schools which have joined, they are from Mumbai, they are from Gwalior, they are from Delhi, then again from Hyderabad. Then there is a two-tier place called Nirmal, which is about 200 kilometers from Hyderabad. We have a school who has joined from there also. Even in that small place, children are doing amazing work.
So great.
So.
Ooh.
I accidentally did that. I'm sorry, Annapurna. That's too many bouncing names. I'm sorry.
More than 25 schools have joined so far. Okay, and you will see the kind of quality of work that they will do. You will have a hard time selecting the people.
Amazing. I can't wait for that. Is a brilliant problem to have. That is a great problem to have. And I've already seen that one school is posted in response to Padlet. Now, what we would love, I saw that it was the Canva link, and so it's the presentation, which is great. But if you also wanted to record yourselves presenting it, it'd be lovely to have that sort of picture of you and who you are, and not just your camera. So think about it. If you're intimidated by that, think of different ways you could do it. You could record a voiceover. There's already lots. I see all these Padlet notifications coming through, and I love it. So we will see you all soon. Happy Earth Day. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Yeah, and thank you to all the schools who have joined and all the children. Let's all get together and bring the change in the climate that we need. Yes, Meghna, I can see you also.
Happy Earth Day to you
Their
all.
school also has done wonderful job. Sudha
This is from India. Yes.
Maybe we do
amazing work. We do amazing work. Dr. Sudha is the executive director.